I was so down bad, I was crying to Hotline Bling. Like, you should never, if you take away anything for this video, it's like you should never be so down bad over somebody that you're crying to Hotline Bling by Drake. Like, that's a place that I hope I never reach again in my life. Hey girls, I got my heart broken at 27, and here's all the things that I've learned. I thought I would compile it into a little video. I was just having to think that I was driving back from therapy, and it's probably my last therapy session until I'm mental again. It's probably my last therapy session for a while, and I'm cured. I'm sane, and I'm turning 28 soon, and not that I'm like the 28 is some sort of like grand age, but I'm not like I'm not, you know, I'm not the oldest hen in the coop, but I'm not a spring chicken, put it that way. And that was funny because 27's always been my lucky number, but then when I was 27 my life somewhat imploded. I don't know if it was my dream job, but I'd always wanted to like be a TV presenter, and I had a job watching TV on the TV, and I lost that. And then I'd moved to this house with my partner and like sort of renovated it, and then he split up with me. Womp womp. And I just felt like it was like my career and my identity, my job, and like I was living in this place I didn't really know and I didn't want to be there. And I thought I was going to have kids with this person, I thought I was going to get married to this person, and everything just sort of fell apart right after. Like, I was Year of the Snake final boss. Apart from my friends and family, I love you guys, you stuck by my side. And I just remember being like, I don't know how I'm going to restart my life at this age. However, 6 months later, well, over 6 months later, and I feel better. I feel so much better, and I never ever thought I would be here. When I was really in the pits of my depression, and like I said, I was in the pits of hell, and I've been in this situation once before, a similar situation, and my attitudes to getting my heart broken were like, it was radically different the second time around, which is why I think I've got myself out of it faster, because a lot of people were like, I get a lot of girls that message me asking about heartbreak, and this video is for you. Oh, I don't know if it'll help, because I think that when you're in it, it's very hard to, everybody can tell you everything, right? But you have to like, you have to go through it. Like, there's nothing that anybody that can truly tell you that will make you feel better. But if it makes you feel seen, or it just makes you feel a little bit understood, or it makes you feel like a little less behind, because I think that was like it for me. I just felt like all my friends' lives were taking off and they're getting married and having kids, and I just felt like mine was just beginning again, and I just felt a bit like I was left behind. If you've ever seen Joanne McNally's show, I was on the dock, I was a dock girl. But you know, now I look at it with a fresh set of eyes, and I don't feel like that anymore. I don't feel behind, and actually it's exciting and it's fun. And if I can get to this point, I promise you that anybody can get to this point. Obviously, like, without going too much into the details of my relationship, because it was semi-public with somebody that doesn't share their life online. But I do. You fly with the crows, you can't shop with the crows. No, I'm just kidding. Ask me in the pub and I'll tell you what happened. Buy me one drink and I'll tell you what happened. No, actually, it's neither here nor there why my relationship's not working, but essentially, like, I would watch these videos, like videos of people like this all the time when I was really, really sad, and I would just, I really felt like I won't dwell on this for too long, but I have to get across to you like the depths of my despair. Like, I really honestly thought I would never ever ever be happy again, which sounds so dramatic and it sounds ridiculous. I was so down bad, like I got my heart broken so badly that I was actually going to put all my exes in a group chat and apologise. I never did it. But like, and I tell you what, see if you don't like me and you were awaiting, karma has been served, justice has been done. Like, my slate is wiped clean now, for real. But yeah, if you're one of my ops, don't worry, I got my comeuppance for sure. One of my best friends, Orla, she'd said to me, Roisin, like, you're not the first person to go through this, and you won't be the last. And it actually really helped me, because when I got dumped, I was like obsessed. Any of my friends will tell you, I was obsessed with timescales. Like, I was obsessed with people that had their heart broken before. And actually, like, this sounds kind of sick, but like, the worse the breakup, the better for me, because I was like, if you can survive that, I can get through this. I think when this happened to me, I was like in denial. Like, I was so far in denial, I was swimming the crocodiles. I was a pharaoh. I was so far in denial, I was an Egyptian pharaoh. Once you start to accept, okay, this is what's happening to me, then you can start making like inroads into moving on, getting over yourself. So much sadness of a relationship when it ends is like so much of like my suffering. Sorry, it sounds so dramatic, but like so much of when I suffered, it all existed in my head. Like, I was mourning things, and for real, like, I think you have a total right to like grieve a future and all that sort of stuff, but ultimately, like, I don't know what that future would have looked like. And my favorite quote is, it didn't work because you would have hated it. I was so sad about like this marriage and these kids and stuff I never had. They didn't exist. They only existed in my head. And I think so much suffering does exist in your own head, and I would like think about all these things and it would have been so great, and it would have been, you don't know that. It didn't exist at now. I've like trained my brain, and it's not easy, I'm not saying this is easy to do, through like probably like copious amounts of therapy and stuff. I've like trained my brain to be like, if all you do is imagine like the best, it would have been the best case scenario. All of these things existed in your head. Like, you can imagine the best case scenario again. This is all figments of your imagination. Imagine something better. Like, something better is awaiting you. If it didn't, you either get, I feel like in life, and this is what I live by, and this is what I have to live by, you either get exactly what you want or you'll get something better. It's as simple as that. And I think that when I was like, okay, like all of these things that were so great didn't even exist, and they were just, I just imagined them. It's like, you can imagine other great things. Like, other great things can happen in your head, so you need to just focus. And I'm somebody, I would have always said I was controlling, but actually I don't think I am controlling. I think I'm somebody that, again, this is probably a neurodivergent thing, even though I don't actually know if I have ADHD, even though it's probably very obvious. But I like a lot of information. I don't do well if I don't really know what's happening, or like I like to know the haps, do you know what I mean? I think I used to really worry about timescales, and about, because it's like you're on social media all the time and you see people getting married, you see people having kids, and you think, oh, maybe I should be doing that, and everybody feels like they're behind. And see, now that I'm like arguably like further behind in the great race that is life, it's like there's no race, now that I'm further behind perhaps than I would have been before, I feel freer than ever. It's like, it's exciting. I don't know what's gonna happen, and that's fun, and that's fine, and that's kind of cool. It's like anything could happen. So I think that the first thing you need to do is you need to accept that this is reality. After that, I was just like, I was so frightened of myself, and I was just like, I can't feel like this any longer because I'm actually going mad. So I like went to see a therapist, and my therapist, she's called Natalia, she's from Barcelona. And if you ever want her number, text me and I'll give you it. And I was like deranged, like losing my mind. Like I had like no soul behind my eyes, but I went to her and I was just like explaining all about this stuff, and you know, dumped and whatever, and I didn't know what I was going to do, and it was my whole life and blah 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 blah. And she just looked at me, and I'll never forget it. She was just like, after I stopped speaking, which was like 35 minutes later, she just went, why do you want this life? Why you want this life? And then I was like, oh yeah, like I don't know, why do I want this life? I think the biggest thing that I've learned from this experience, actually I'm grateful to have had my heart broken now, and if you could have told me in January that I would sit here and like at the end of June and be able to say that, I would be like, you crazy. But you can't be with somebody, like you can't force somebody to be with you, and that's what it comes down to. And I was like reading books about like attachment styles and about this, and like fucking looking at the birth charts and doing whatever and like all this sort of stuff. And it's like, what I've learned is relationships are complicated and relationships can be difficult, but relationships are also very easy, and people are very easy, and people, I wish I'd learned this when I was younger, and this is me as your big sister, take it from me. People are not as complicated as you think they are. If somebody wants to be with you, they will be with you. They'll let you know. Like, there'll be no confusion. And that's, I would read into everything, and I would be like, no, but maybe this means this and this means this. And maybe if it's Wednesday and I've had spaghetti bolognese for dinner, no. You need to take what somebody's saying to you at face value and just listen to it. If somebody's telling you, if somebody's standing in front of you telling you, I don't want to be with you, listen to them. Why would you spend any time with somebody that doesn't want to be with you? There's so many people in the world, and there's so many people out there, and like I was very much like, I'll never be attracted to anybody again, nobody will ever make me laugh again. Spoiler alert, that's not true. Do you really think the one person that you think is for you doesn't even want to be with you? Like, no, they like, get up. And I hate to be harsh, because if I watched this in January, I'd be like, shut up bitch, like you don't understand, it's different for me. Different for me. It's not different for you. Somebody that you're supposed to be with, I don't know if I believe in soulmates, but somebody that you're supposed to be with for a prolonged period of time in your life should want to be with you back. One of my favorite quotes, it's like, you're too full of life to be somebody's maybe. If somebody's not sure about you, that's an answer. And I think the other thing that I learned, that I wish I'd learned when I was younger, I think I'm one of these people in life that like takes probably like quite a long time for these lessons to actually sink in, and I need to go through a lot of hurt and stuff before I'm like, actually that's kind of true. But everything in life is information. Everything's information. And I think when I was younger, 6 months ago, but I think I would see somebody, and again, I wish somebody told me this, and if they had told me, I wouldn't have believed it. I'd have had to experience it for myself, so you know, no judgment here. But everything is information, and somebody retreating from you and like pulling away from you is not an invitation for you to like love them harder and love them more. And I think that I would have fallen victim to, if somebody pulled away from me, I'd be like, oh my god, but I need to do more, and I need to make them laugh, and I need to do this, and I need to show them that I see them, and I need to like tap dance on the roof. Listen to what somebody's saying, and listen the first time. Like when somebody shows you who you are the first time, listen. The trailer's the movie, guys. Stop focusing so much on the person that's left the room and look at all the people that are still in it. Like actually, when I was heartbroken, like I've actually never been so loved in all my life. All of these people, like, and my friends, like God love them, like my friends are angels, like really really angels sent to me from God, and my family. I could cry talking about it. And I think the other thing that I've always said this, and there's nothing more important in your life than your female friendships. Don't let your female friendships, don't sacrifice them for anything. It's your girls that'll get you through heartbreaks and deaths and your worst days, and they'll also be there to celebrate and have fun with you on your best days. I could never ever ever have got through like how depressed and sad I was when this happened if it wasn't for my friends. So shout out to you girls, I love you. My practical advice is, at the beginning of your breakup, do whatever you can to get through the day and be sad. Then after that, you need to hit a point where it's like, I can't be sad anymore. Like you need to stop being sad. Well, you'll still be sad, but you have to stop being sad. And like, to stop being sad, like I wouldn't listen to or watch anything sad. Like I only listen to, I'll send you the playlist if anybody wants it. I would only listen to like insanely happy songs. Like I was like waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I was listening to the Macarena 25 times so I didn't fucking blow my head off. And I hate to say it, it works. Gwen Stefani, What You Waiting For, that got me through the hardest times of my life, because I would just, and like I'm not music is so powerful, but like I'm not like I have the worst taste in music ever. Like I don't pretend to have any sort of like coolness or culture, but on like delusional positivity, I was right on like all the positivity TikToks about everything working out for you and whatever. And the more you say that to yourself, and the more you say that like I'm gorgeous and I'm fun and good things are waiting for me and the best days in life haven't happened yet, like the more it does work. Like your brain's a muscle and you need to train it and you need to do that. So I think positive music, and be nice to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Why would you not be kind to yourself? You're stuck with yourself all the time. Be nice to yourself. And my other advice is that you need to, and this is what everybody says when you go through a breakup, you need to say yes to everything. Like, well, I mean, not if it's like fucking hard drugs or whatever, but like you need to although you need to say yes to everything. And like my turning point, when, if you're as obsessed with timescales than me, I was like really depressed, and I was like going to see psychics and all that. I actually wouldn't advise that either, although the one that I saw did get everything right. Then I went on one of my oldest and dearest friends, shout out to Morgan, I went on her hen do. It was just like so nice and fun and healing. Shout out to my girls if you ever watch this. And some of my friends had been through breakups as well, and like just talking about that, I felt it was all very cathartic. But I think that I like, when I got dumped, I mean I'm still you know, I'm still a bit of a party girl, but like I was out more in the bins. I was hanging about with anybody, not that I'm saying I didn't enjoy it, but like anybody that wanted to hang about with me, I was there. And it's like, it's very easy to just stay in your house and be sad, but like you need to get out. Like you need to just get out and like, if anything, you'll have good stories for when you feel better. I think also like you shouldn't have to teach somebody how to love you. Like you should be with somebody who understands you and who sees you and who loves you for exactly who you are. And I think that what I've learned is like, you can't be in a relationship with somebody at any cost. And the right person for you, like you won't feel like that in a relationship with them. If you are so fixated on somebody who like doesn't really see you, they're not for you. Like breakups are scary and breakups are hard. Actually, what's scarier is building a whole life with somebody that isn't sure about you and doesn't know if they want to be with you. It's much scarier for me, I think, to be with the wrong person than to like go through a breakup. And I would rather, I think there's nothing lonelier than a relationship that is not right. And I would rather be alone. I would rather be alone than like with the wrong person. And you just have to trust. You have to trust in yourself. Like, you know, you were somebody before you met this person, and you'll be somebody afterwards. And like, it's hard because you have patterns and you have attachment styles and you have routine, but you know, you can make new routines and you can form new friendships and new things. And like, I really just felt like I didn't know. I was like, I think I was probably like quite scared of like being alone. I've always like enjoyed my own company. But I think like living alone and really like doing life alone, me to myself, love doing life with you. It's like, it's really scary and it's hard. But ultimately, you just have to trust that like something better is coming. And one day you'll look back on it and you'll say, oh, it all made sense. That's what it was all for. I think that if you're watching this and you're heartbroken and you think that you're so behind and, you know, all your friends are like with people and you're alone and blah, 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 it'll be fine. Like, you're not the only person in the world that's going through a breakup. And I will leave you with this. It's like my grandma always says, it's like, what's for you won't go by you. But it's like, if it's meant to be, if something is meant to be and you're meant to be with somebody, you will be. Nothing that you do for the person that you're supposed to be with, or no scenario, like nothing will keep you apart. If it's meant to work, it will work. And if it doesn't work, it was never meant to work. If it doesn't open, it's not your door. Put it that way. And I think that these are things that used to like really deeply frighten me, but actually I think it's quite freeing. Like, there's something nice about the fact whoever I'm meant to be with, like, I can't, there's no wrong decision. Like, if I want to go traveling, if I want to move away, if I want to do whatever, whoever I'm with, like, none of these decisions that I make will impact that. If I'm meant to be with somebody in the future, I will be with them. If I'm not, I won't be. And if you're not with them, you weren't supposed to be. And that's good. Why would you want a life with somebody you're not supposed to be with? So I'm sorry if you're sad. And I get it, girls. I get it. But listen, the sun always returns. And nothing's bad forever. And even if you're sad, or even if you feel lonely, you got through your hardest days and you'll get through these ones. And if it don't work out, and it's always his loss. Hey, well, anyway, thanks for watching.